explain something about you?
I work in the international relations area.
It started like 10 years ago. Learning international law in international relations. Like, how did it change your view?
Because if you're studying what you don't like, you're not going to excel in it.
Can you explain us about how do you manage to get into AU?
One thing that I want to mention, don't give up, because they got back to me after 4 months.
You told me like you applied through LinkedIn, but was there a specific thing that makes you stand out from other applicants? What do you think? Welcome back, guys, to Behind the Logo, powered by Ego. And I'm your host, Nate. And we have an amazing guest, as always, today. Our guest today is a young voice in international diplomacy. She's here to share her journey in international relations and how young Africans can follow the same path. Please welcome Janet.
Thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nate.
Welcome.
That was a very bold introduction. I was not expecting that.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good as well.
I'm good to see
It's
you.
a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, pleasure is all mine.
That's really good. So first, we want to know, well, our audience want to know what you do and explain something about you.
Yeah, of course. Well, like you mentioned, my name is Janet, and I work in the international relations area. So mainly peacekeeping, diplomacy, negotiation, mediation, those type of areas. I started my career like almost a year ago. Actually, beginning of this year, so not even a year yet. But after my studies, I just kind of dive into an internship program. And then I found myself in this.
In the podcast. That's a good story because a year ago is very early.
It's very early.
Yeah. And was it from high school this interest that you have in international relations, or?
No, you wouldn't believe me. It was like I was maybe 6-7 years old, to be honest. It was like a long time ago. My grandparents' house is really close to the Africa Union, so every time we'd go there, we'd like pass through. Okay. And I'm like, what is this shiny building? I really like it. I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I really want to work here. I had that mentality. And then like later on, I was actually, there's a funny story. I don't know if I should mention it, but I told my dad, like, I really want to work here. I don't know what it is, but I really want to work here, and I just want to be in the building. So I don't know how, but he got me into this taekwondo club that is in the AU, and they gave us this little card. And I would show my card, like, I'm going to the building, and it kind of started that way.
All right. They have a gym class there, or taekwondo class?
Yes, they do. They did.
Okay.
This was like maybe 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
Wow.
So I would show like my little badge, and I would go in, and it would make me feel so special. Yeah. So I built on it like later on, step by step. But then once I got into high school and everything like that, I was so interested in law. So I wanted to be a lawyer. But then once my civics teacher, he mentioned, it's like your personality and how you bring people together. I feel like you'd excel in the diplomatic world. I feel like you'd bring countries together. He mentioned that once in passing, and I know for him it was just like maybe a joke, I don't know, but that really resonated with me, and it was there. So after that, I was like, you know what, let me just work on doing that.
What grade was that?
That was around like grade 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
The beginning of high school.
Exactly. So at 11, I chose social, and it was so hard because at home, they want us to be doctors and this and that. So when I told my mom, she was like, are you sure? Like, do you really want to do this? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So I went into socials. Then later on, I went into, I actually got accepted to Jimma University, but because of like the situation, I didn't go there. I went there with my dad, came back the next day. I couldn't do it. So
You came back the next
day. He came with me. My dad came with me to drop me off.
Yeah.
I came back with him. I did not stay.
Damn. But actually, our audience may not know, but she's from Ethiopia.
Yes.
I'm from Ethiopia as well. That's why we know the places.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Okay. After that, I came to Poland. It was like around the COVID area. I had no plans of coming to Poland or leaving Ethiopia. But once COVID hit, I was like, I don't want to stay here and be stuck. I thought like we were never going to move. So I was like, I have to come somewhere. And Germany was the first option. But then, I just ended up in Poland. It was really nice. I loved Poland. It has good opportunities if you look at the right places. So I studied law and international relations and kind of built on my career from there.
We spoke about before we start shooting, we spoke about international relations and law in international relations. What's the difference between that?
So international, they're actually very similar. And when I first came to Poland, I studied international relations and I did it for a year. But like I mentioned earlier, like I was very much interested in law as well because I wanted to be a lawyer. And when I found out they have this option of studying law and international relations, I switched from international relations to this one. And I added like 6 more months because of it. But, I don't regret it at all. And it was actually so the difference between international relations and law and international relations is when you study international relations, it's more on history and also about the present, but like more on history. But when it's law and international relations, it's very much about like what's happening right now in the global world, politics, and like so much more. But I found it very much more interesting because of also my interest in law. Yeah.
So that's pretty much interesting. It started like 10 years ago.
10 years
and
ago.
You used to watch the building.
That shiny building.
The shiny building. Yeah, for the audience, the AU is actually located in Addis, the capital of the AU African Union. So you live near there.
Yes.
Wow. They may know your address right now.
My grandparents live there.
All right. So like learning international law in international relations, like how did it change your view about countries, about politics, about most of the things that we see in the internet or in the media?
So when you're studying international relations, it feels like when you think about politics, it feels like it's too much for you to understand, like it's too complicated. But when you study it, it's really not complicated, and you see how international relations brings countries all together. It's like, we have borders, and this international relations is like a bridge connecting all of the countries through the borders. So it's a very interesting subject. It's a very interesting topic.
Yeah. Do you believe people have to look into studying the international relations?
100%, but it also needs to come within, because if you're studying what you don't like, you're not going to excel in it. So sometimes a lot of people study what their parents want, and then later on they're not even going to do anything with the degree. So it's just a waste. But if you really like it, then if you do it, you're going to excel no matter what. Even if it's hard, you enjoy the hardship because that's what you like.
Yeah, especially in Africa, as African parents, they want you to be doctors, they want you to be like an engineer and stuff. So to actually go for the studies that you're looking for
100%.
is a bit like crazy, right?
100%, yeah. And even me, I come from like a family of dentists, so they wanted me to follow into that footstep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then like when they saw how much of interest that I have in it, at the end of the day, they support their kids. So
exactly. So guys, go for the studies that you want to study.
Definitely.
Welcome back, guys. We're having a good conversation. They cut us off. So I was gonna ask you. So you was dreaming of getting into the AU since young. but I know that you have pivoted in getting some internships, or I don't know whether it is internship program or it is a training program. Can you explain us about how do you manage to get into AU?
For sure. So I've always just known I'm gonna get into it. I didn't know how, but I had it in my. It was like a feeling that I had. So when I was about to graduate, after I defended my thesis around like June, the first thing I did was I had already prepared my application like a long time ago. So I had like my certificates or other things that I've done. So by that time, after I defended my thesis and I got my grade and everything, I applied through LinkedIn, because LinkedIn really work. I applied through LinkedIn. It takes you to this AU website, and I applied for this internship role. And one thing that I want to mention, don't give up, because they got back to me after 4 months. I applied in June.
A long time.
They got back to me around like October, November. And by that time I had like given up, you know. I was like, okay, maybe I'll try again. And of course, like you have to apply multiple times as well, not just once. But then they got back to me after 4 months. Randomly, I got an email. I couldn't believe it. I forwarded it to my dad. My mom was like, no way, I got in. But then they had said, they thought I was based in Addis. So they said like next week come.
Okay.
And I couldn't. I was still waiting for my Carta Pobito as well. So I couldn't. I just let them know, you know, I'm based in Warsaw, but I'll get my card January. So let me start January.
If people doesn't know what Carta Pobito is a residency card
Yeah.
in Poland.
In Poland.
Yeah. Takes a long time.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
So in January, I got it. And first thing I did was book a flight back home. I went there and I started my internship, stayed there for like 9 months. Then came back here. But then when I was staying there for 9 months, I was still coming back and forth. Yeah. So, but then like in total it was 9 months. Then I came back here and I'm continuing my internship through online means. Yeah.
Okay, so they allow you to do it online.
I'm too good. I couldn't let go.
They don't want to let you go.
I mean, yes. And it's not the same as you being there in person, because you do more when you're there. And you know, one of the best things to be there is also building connections. But then like even through online, you can do a lot of things, but it'll still be limited. But yes, they do involve me in some activities.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great. If you are doing it online, that's really great. Living in Poland is good.
It is. It is.
And talking about your studies, how was the university? Like, did it actually help you to do what you want to do right now?
Yeah.
Because in Poland, there's this stigma, I would say. The international people know it, but that universities are not that much strict in like teaching you the stuff that you actually want to learn. So tell us about your university.
That really depends on the university.
Okay.
I don't want to call names,
Yeah.
but I can give an example with Lazarski, my own school. They're very strict. I remember there was a time that I didn't go to school, and like I didn't go for a class, for a course. And then on the second class, the professor saw me around the school. And he said, Janet, I didn't see you in class. Mind you, there's a lot of school. There's like a lot of students in the class. Janet, I didn't see you in class. Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything is okay. I was just a little bit sick. Don't forget your notes when you come back for the next class. So you have to bring your sick notes even if you're not there. So they're very strict with it. You don't take exams if you're not there for the classes. So Lazarski, or as they say it, Wazarski, is very, very strict in it. And they're very much about students' life. They're very much about like giving the full experience to the students. There's this Polish administration office. It's very big. They took us there on a working visit, on a school field trip. You know, that's very wonderful of them, you know. They have a lot of school activities, debate clubs, negotiation clubs. It kind of brings connections with other people and also builds your own skills that you have. So I would say Lazarski is definitely strict, definitely there for the student. and I would recommend it for other people that want to come, that want to study. Yeah, I would definitely recommend.
That's really, yeah, that's good, because universities have to do their role, like, in order to get students like you who actually does something good in their in the papers that they have actually graduated on, because not many people use their papers, like, especially if you study like management, you may use it in your day-to-day life, but you're not going to be a professional towards it. I would say that's my case. So yeah,
you're gonna manage your own business.
Yeah, I'm managing my own business. So yeah, when we come back to the AU, so regarding about the AU, what do you actually do there?
So like I mentioned, is an internship program. I can't really get into the specifics of what I do there because I'm not allowed to speak on their behalf. However, it's mostly like organizing events, working on some documents, and literally anything and everything you can think of. Like, yeah, it's very wide.
It's classified information. Yeah, I could think. So it's more like you have certifications, like about AU trainings in AU trainings. And what was the most difficult thing you encountered, like studying, taking their trainings or something?
To be honest with you, I don't know. There isn't any struggle because it's a very nice environment that is open for everyone with different like backgrounds and different age groups. So they make it very friendly and welcoming as much as possible. And the way they deliver the training materials is not boring at all. It's very much in terms of like scenario buildings or, you know, active problem solving sessions. It's very engaging. So I've not so far gotten any troubles in the training. Yeah, they make it as friendly as possible.
That's a good answer. I mean, it's really nice to hear from somebody who actually is in the AU, because I remember when I was in Ethiopia, I remember seeing the building. I didn't actually get into it, but I know it's a very professional space. So yeah, it's really nice to see a person who actually went there. Yeah. And regarding about the AU, you told me like you applied through LinkedIn.
Yes.
But was there a specific thing that makes you stand out from other applicants? What do you think?
So remember how I told you like I've wanted to work there. So ever since I knew that, I was building my CV from like a young age. So even from what I knew, even in high school, I was just participating in everything, like in terms of even just the smallest things, like a charity club or like sports club, whatever club there was, you would see my face. I was there. So I was collecting these certificates that my school gave me, volunteering like outside of school as well, collecting these certificates. And even here, I was doing these online courses, and I had like, you think certificate is just a paper, and you think if it's online, it's not that impactful. But it really is impactful. Even if it's online, just do it. And I did like courses on Coursera, this application called Coursera. So I did courses on there, and I just collected a lot of certificates. So when I had applied there, I had made sure like they saw what I would bring to the table, like what benefits they could get. You know, it's not only, oh, I want to work in the AU because it's the AU, but it's also because I'm showcasing my strength and showing them what they're gaining by getting me. So yeah, I think my background and also the experience that I had within Poland, you know, learning in the European Union also gave me like, I think, a little bit more of an advantage. But overall, I would say like building your CV and making my CV more of like an AU language. I wouldn't say language, but like making the CV more suitable for them as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because the things that you do before, like even in high school, the certificates that you gathered show how active you are. So it really helps. It not only in AU, but in most cases, it's in most cases, like if you want to go to professional works, they see your ability to communicate with people.
Yes.
What achievements do you have?
Yes.
With the little opportunities that was presented to you.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's really, people should actually take it in consideration.
Definitely.
Regarding about that, because yeah, there are people who wants to do professional stuff, but they are not like willing to work towards it, like collecting the certificates and stuff. So yeah, that's a good insight that you gave me right there. So so the Pan-African leadership training, I saw that you have a certificate regarding about that.
Yes.
So can you tell me something about it?
Of course. So that training was a training organized for youth. When we say youth, it's from the age of 18 to 35. So you have chances as well. But it's from the ages of 18 to 35. And this training brought people from across the continent. So Kenya, Nigeria, like you name it. And we were all in the same room, just trying to, like I said, there would be like scenario buildings and actions that you take to solve some real African problems that we have. So one very big thing for Africa is having African solutions to African problems. So we would come up with like solutions together, and we would see how it can resolve a problem that we have. So from that training, like, it reaffirmed my belief that Africa is not a continent of just potential, but also a continent of actions. And it shows how when we are united and our voices together, we can make more impact than an individual. So that was mostly what I've gotten from that training.
Yeah. We were actually, me and my friends, we were actually talking about that. We were talking about, I think it was about Traore, about his actions and stuff, what he was doing. And we were talking about how Africans should solve their own problems rather than going out and seeking for them from the West or something. But it's something similar, I think, like being your own solution for your own problems.
Yes, that one. And also a little bit of like, it's okay if the Westerns help, but it should be African-led. So let's say there is, maybe the Western is helping in terms of providing some equipment or something. But then as long as the African is the one that is leading the process, then that's also okay. Yeah.
Exactly. So it definitely changed on how you see Africa, before the training and after the training, it was different.
Definitely, yes.
Wow. If someone listening wants to follow in your footsteps, what would you advise them to do? I think you said it more.
Yeah. It's okay.
But just give us some more.
Yeah, I would say no matter how small, just start now. It doesn't have to be, I'm too late. No, you're never late. And don't wait until you're graduated to start building your CV. While you're studying is the best way to start building your CV. But then even after you're done, it's still okay. Just start wherever you are, start there. And it doesn't really have to be to make a change in the global arena or to work in the global arena or in the international sphere. It doesn't have to be through like the UN or the AU. You can go to NGOs or think tanks. It can be through volunteering, so it's not, we don't have limited options. It's very wide. So just start. That's what I would say.
Just start. That's what she said. Welcome back, guys. If you're tuned in until now, just like, share, subscribe. And we're gonna continue our conversation. I wanted to ask you, what are the misconceptions about law in international relations?
The biggest conception there is right now is they think international relations is only about politics. If they are studying international relations, what they're going to be is either a diplomat or a political officer, political analyst, is just around politics. but it's not. You can be, a peace builder. You can be in the NGOs working as like a support to that NGO. You can be in the climate exchange, climate experts. You can be a lot of things, just not only politics and not only diplomacy. So once you go into it and dive into it and really research what you want, then you might see something that interests you. So it's not only about politics. People are like, I really don't want to go into politics. Then they just leave the whole international relations. But it's really not just about politics. It's a lot more. So once you get away from that misconception, I think it opens doors.
Yeah, it's pretty much diverse, you're saying.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because my misconception as well was it's all about politics. Even if you hear me, my first question, I asked you about politics. I added politics in the question. So that's why I was I misunderstood what international relations was.
Definitely. Even in the Africa Union, there's doctors working there. There are like agricultural experts working there. So it's also about economics. It's like you mentioned, it's definitely very broad.
Yeah. Yeah, so guys, know that international relations is not just about politics. Well, you learn new things every day. And we talked about the trainings that you have took, but is there any other trainings that we didn't mention on the question?
Yes, I recently took part in a training called Post-Conflict Reconstruction and Development. It is where, after wars or after any crisis happening in a country, how do they construct themselves? How do they continue to live life? Because, for example, in Ukraine, you see like a lot of buildings going down, hospitals going down. So after this war is over, then there's a way that they're going to rebuild it themselves. So we took part in post-conflict reconstruction and development training recently last week, and it was very eye-opening. It was very nice. Had met a lot of people, made some new connections, and also rekindled old ones. So yeah, that was very productive.
Yeah, I saw on your Instagram you've been traveling. Is it related to this training that you're taking?
Yes, it's like a workation. But on the Instagram side you see like the fun parts, but on LinkedIn you see like the serious parts. Yeah. So yes, it was in Egypt, Cairo, and it was for 4 days, and it brought people from across the continent. It's mostly like Africans in Africa. And it was very productive. We have youth ambassadors that champion peace and security, so they were also part of it, and it was very productive.
Wow. Yeah. I think traveling for this type of purposes, like it will open your eyes in a larger scale regarding about Africa and how it's being led into the modern Africa that we're seeing right now.
Definitely.
So it's definitely, I can say you definitely changed your view regarding about Africa.
Exactly. Even when you visit the country and you see like the hospitality of the country as well, it also gives you like a new perspective. So I definitely agree with what you said.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I wish to travel in regards about this, because I'm also an advocate about Africans. We also have another podcast that we speak about many problems about Africa and most of the countries there. So yeah, that's a really big eye opener, I would say. So other questions that I have is, what skills do you actually gain from the trainings, and does it actually apply to the job that you're doing in the AU?
It definitely does. Even from like the smallest things. So while working there, you're not just working, you're also like having conversations with people, and they might ask you some things that you've learned in the training. They might be having a conversation about post-conflict reconstruction and development, and before that training, if you didn't know anything, now you know some things, so you can input into that conversation. And by you build connections because they can see, oh, okay, she has knowledge in this area, let's involve her more, those type of things. So it's even with the low level, to just converse with people. It definitely helps. And also you see how young people are working in terms of reaching the Agenda 2063 that the Africa Union has to build the better Africa that we want for us and for our kids and for the next generation. So you see how young people, women are involved. You don't think, maybe you think like, oh, it's not inclusive enough for young people and women, but it really is. And you see how they're not only tokens just to be, you know, paraded, but it's also like they're at the table, driving change and being part of the discussion and also decision-making processes. So it's very eye-opening. It's very nice.
Yeah. I know that you have seen Africa in a larger scale since this experience is, like you said, is an eye-opening. And I wanted to ask you, what should we expect in the future from Africa? Maybe if you have something to say about it. Bro, this is a very broad question, but from your opinion, from your perspective.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely expect an Africa that is independent and an Africa that is, you know, working together to attain whatever plans and whatever goals they have. So a more peaceful and more sustainable Africa. Yeah, definitely good things, great things are coming. And yeah, I can't wait to see them. Can't wait to witness.
I can't wait to see. I really can't wait to see. Yeah, because I can see like the younger generation of Africa right now just doing some amazing stuff in the future. Even now we're seeing the movement from you like start. So we definitely expect bigger things in the future. So this is kind of the conclusion of my questions, but forward from now, in your personal goals, what do you expect? Where should we expect you to go?
Only God knows. Well, I do want to go back to the African Union full time. I want to help sustain the goals that they have, and I want to contribute to reaching those goals. But you know, life will happen. We never know what's gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, for now, I think I would go back to the African Union somehow.
Finally. So finally, do you have any message to tell young Africans after all of the experience that you have experienced this year?
Definitely. I would say work on your adaptability skills, work on your communication skills. And by communication, I mean like not only speaking, but also listening, like really listening to understand the person. And also build your emotional intelligence, because you're not only working with policies and networks, but you're also working with people. And understanding people will get you to places and will make your impact even stronger. So I would say work on those 3 things and you'll be unstoppable.
You'll be unstoppable. Exactly. Guys, you've heard it. We are the next generation of African leaders. So we have to make sure that we get all those experiences and get all those skills that are needed to actually take our continent to the next level, right?
Amen.
So amen to that. So yeah, if you don't mind sharing, where can people find you?
They can find me here.
Yeah, we'll put definitely.
They can find me on Instagram at Michael_Yanit and on LinkedIn Yanit Taddesa.
Okay, Yanit Taddesa. You'll find her links maybe in the description, or editor, please edit it in the screen. So yeah, thank you very much for coming here, giving us your time.
It was my pleasure.
Expressing about your experiences and giving us some insights. Huh?
Thank you for having me. It was really my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And we will go to the next segment, which is my favorite segment. Everybody knows it. Apparently you don't know it. So
I can't wait to know it.
So this is the segment we celebrate our guests, since people may not get a chance to celebrate their own wins. even though it's small or it is large, they may be distracted by their own world. So we want to celebrate you and bring out the champagne.
You guys shouldn't have.
Yeah, so we have the champagne. So we're gonna open the champagne in order to celebrate your success, this wonderful year. I would say you had all of these experiences and all of these travels. So we want to celebrate you by opening this champagne.
Don't hit me.
To open it.
I open it.
We want you to open it. I'm not gonna hit you. Don't worry. So this is a bit different. Let me remove this cap for you, and you can open the. Don't be afraid now.
It is gonna be my first time.
Oh, is it your first time? This is it's even better. All right. Then take it away then.
Wait, okay.
Yeah, it's better you take it off the table.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah.
I'm so scared.
Everybody's hiding. As soon as she says it's my first time, everybody started. Yo. 1, 2, oh. Oh, yes. It's a clean one.
Oh.
Alright. A
clean swipe. Thank you.
Alright. So let's celebrate you by choosing this glass.
Nostrovia. Cheers.
So yeah. So guys, if you're watching until this point, it would be a shame if you didn't subscribe. So subscribe, like this video, and share it. Share it. Just spread the word, and hopefully you gain some knowledge from it. Thank you very much, Janet.
Of course, it was my pleasure.
It was my pleasure too. So have a good one.